UFC hype trains that you need to hop on right now. What's up, boys? We're back. Today, we're going to be talking about the fighters who are coming up the rankings. They're climbing them, and I'm hopping on the hype train, and I believe you guys should hop on that hype train too. Make sure to subscribe. We're trying to hit 800 subscribers by the end of the year, so it would mean a lot if you could subscribe. And before I get into these fighters, I just want to say that it is a very diverse set of fighters, none of these fighters really have anything in common. But the first two fighters recently just fought. I'm going to count them as one together because they're ranked now, and I don't really just want to say ranked fighter because obviously those are pretty obvious. But the two guys that I have are Ignacio Bahamondes and Joshua Van. So Ignacio Bahamondes obviously wasn't ranked a couple days ago. Now he is. But Bahamondes, let me tell you about this kid, Bahamondes. Dude, this kid has a South American flair. He has that heart. He has that passion. And he's just always excited to be fighting. He's just submitted Jalen Turner. And he looked really good in that. He's a striker primarily. And if he can keep doing what he's doing, submitting people like Jalen Turner on the ground with a nice, beautiful triangle submission. He's throwing up triangles on people, dude. I'm really confident in this guy could even be a potential main eventer one day, dude. Give this guy a couple years. I could see this guy fighting people like frickin' Patty the Body in that lightweight division in the future, dude. Joshua Van, someone who obviously just fought this weekend as well. Joshua Van, I am really passionate about because I believe that Joshua Van could win the flyweight title in a couple years, dude. If Joshua Van never fights for a title in his UFC career, well then I'll shave my head bald, dude. I'm so confident that Joshua Van will fight for a title and probably win a title in his career. The man's so young. I think he's only like 23. And he's so good. This guy has no reason to be so good. Insane stamina, dude. In that Ray Tesura fight, this guy, it was round 3, and this guy looked like he could go another 10 rounds, dude. This guy has Marab level stamina, insane striking, dude. Max Holloway level striking in that flyweight division, which no one really has the same striking as him. Brandon Moreno has great striking. Steve Verstek has great striking. But this guy's striking is great. Great takedown defense, dude. He stopped 20 of Ray Tesura's takedowns this weekend. This kid's good. This kid has the experience of a veteran for no reason, dude. And I could see this guy getting an Asu Abamaya fight, a Steve Urseg fight after this. I'm really excited for this kid's future. I've watched most of his fights, and I think this kid's definitely going to go somewhere. Moving on, though, we do have someone who fought again 2 weeks ago. Esteban Ribovic, someone who was robbed in their last fight, dude. I don't even know what's the dude he was facing, but the guy he was facing got the decision. I had Ribovic winning it, and I think it was a very clear win for Ribovic. He lost the first round, but round 1 and 2 and 3 he dominated. It was Nasrat Hagar-Parast he lost to, and the guy he lost to, I'm not even going to try to say his name again, is actually pretty good, but still, Esteban Ribovic, I think that guy is insane, dude. I really rate that guy. And fight of the year contender, obviously, against Daniel Zellhuber. This guy's good. He was robbed in his last fight, and without a doubt, this guy will be back, in that lightweight. I think this guy will for sure be a lightweight ranked fighter in a couple years. And I know he's not young, but still, dude, I could see this guy fighting in that top 5 eventually in his career. This kid's good. This kid's really good. And I'm hopping on this guy's hype train. I've been on his hype train since 306 when he had that war with Daniel Zellhuber, who's someone who's also underrated. But, I won't talk about him too much today. He wasn't on my list. But we will move on to another Mexican who fought at 306. Ronaldo Rodriguez, brother. Ronaldo Rodriguez is my next fighter. You should definitely hop on the hype train for. No one knows about this guy, dude. This guy's special to me. No one knows about this guy. This guy just beat Odie Osborne at UFC 306. He's Mexican. Again, he has that flair, that Mexican flair, that passion. And obviously, he lost on Dana White's Contender Series by decision. But, this guy is in the UFC. He's 2-0 in the UFC. And I think he's really good right now, dude. He's facing Kevin Borjas at UFC Mexico in a couple weeks. And he's going to win that, I'm sure of it. And after that, we can do some very fun fights right outside the ranking. 2 more wins for this guy, and he's probably a ranked fighter. This guy has great striking. He's so good, dude. He has good takedown defense, to be honest, 64% accuracy. He can take you down, too, if he needs to. I'm really fond of this kid. Great striking, great everything, dude. And he's going to be good. Trust. I'm hopping in this hype train, and you definitely should too. The next guy I do have It's going to be Sean Woodson. You know, Sean Woodson's been around for a while, and he's on a 4-fight winning streak right now. And his last fight was against, oh, I forgot the dude's name, but it was some Mexican guy, and the guy was horrible, dude. He just kept getting, like, pieced up. He didn't know how to defend himself properly. Sean Woodson has a perfect build. Sean Woodson has a perfect build for featherweight, dude. He's so long. He's so long for no reason. 79-inch reach. How is that even possible, dude? He fought, who did he fight? Fernando Padilla in his last fight at UFC Fight Night in Tampa. And he's fighting at UFC 314 against Dan Ige to get a rank. I think Dan Ige is still ranked. I could be wrong, but Dan Ige is, I think, number 15th right now. And if Sean Woodson beats him, he'll be ranked in the featherweight division, and that'd be a 5-fight winning streak for him. I'm really fond of this guy, dude. I really like Sean Woodson's fighting style. He's a fun personality, and you know, maybe you can argue he's a bit of a decision merchant, but he had that flying knee against Terrence McKinney. Terrence McKinney's always getting knocked out in the most brutal ways, by the way. But Sean Woodson knocked out Terrence McKinney on Dana White's Contender Series back in the day, and you know, he's not getting finishes, but you don't necessarily see him in boring fights all the time. The sniper, Sean Woodson, I do have him beating Dan Ige, probably. Dan Ige isn't on a good run right now. So, Sean Woodson, perfect build for the division, good striking, and I could see him challenging someone like frickin' who's in that featherweight division, like frickin' Arnold Allen, dude. I don't know, dude. Giga Chikadze. The final fighter I do have, you know, it's going to be a bit of a random blob. Not really. You know, it just shows you how weak the heavyweight division for this fighter is. Taliesin Teixeira, dude, he just knocked out one of the Taffa brothers. I don't even know who it was at UFC 312. And, you know, this guy, it doesn't take much to be a prospect in the heavyweight division. He's 8-0 in his professional MMA career. You know, he just had his UFC debut in the featured fight of the night at a pay-per-view, which is crazy. But obviously, he knocked out Justin Taffa with a nice elbow and knocked him down. This guy, he has power. Everyone has power at heavyweight, though. Let's be honest, you know. And I could definitely see this guy being like a top 10 guy at heavyweight. It doesn't take much. But this guy's good, you know. Maybe if he locked in, went on a diet, he can drop down to light heavyweight and kill some more bums there. I rate Taliesin Teixeira, dude. He's undefeated. This kid has great striking, dude. He's piecing up people. He's knocking people out. I think he's finished all 8 of his fights in the first round, which is actually pretty crazy. But yeah, Taliesin Teixeira, I'm fond on this guy, dude, and hop on the hype train right now before this guy's facing Shamil the Blob Gazib in a UFC Fight Night main event. Yeah, boys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Octagon Outpost out.